Hi everyone and welcome to our market analysis videos here at Zenfinex. My name is Connor Woods and I'm the Senior Market Analyst at the company, providing to you these daily videos on market commentary and also educational content. Now for today's video, I'm going to be providing to you a fresh silver forecast for October. I'm going to keep the structure the same for these videos. That's going to be a fundamental analysis explaining the narratives in the market at the moment. Then I'm going to move on to the chart and mark those key levels to watch out for this month. So we have silver, which really follows the similar themes than what we discussed yesterday in gold. So we see the US 10-year yield, which is now actually stabilising and trading above that 1.5% level. And as I said yesterday, that 1.5% was not seen since June of this year. And again, what this has done is it's attracted investors from Japan, as it normally does, because their 10-year government bond yields are to remain near zero for the foreseeable future. That's due to the Bank of Japan's yield curve control policy. Essentially, that's just where they keep yields low. So we are seeing this shift now from growth to value, and silver is one of these markets that's likely to struggle from this, as will other metals as well. Therefore, for this month, I think it's important to monitor US yields, as if they outperform in October, it's going to be really hard to see how silver can be much higher than it already is right now, if higher at all, potentially lower. This takes us nicely onto the US Federal Reserve, because at the end of the day, they are the reason for this jump in yields. They took a more hawkish stance in the latest monetary policy meeting. Now we have Chairman Jerome Powell. He's going to have several speeches to give throughout the month. We're going to hear some more data on inflation. But what I'll do, as always, is I'll provide an update for you in a couple of weeks. But any hawkish messages that are delivered around tapering, i.e. earlier than expected, or realisation potentially that inflation isn't as transitory as we thought, then silver could suffer some more. This all really has a knock-on effect. All these narratives are quite tied in, and this leaves us with this rampant US dollar at the moment. Silver moves inversely to dollar, as we know, and it's thought we may see some more dollar strength throughout October, which is likely to keep putting pressure on this market. And it's going to massively depend, as I've said before, on the Federal Reserve's reaction to the data that is due out. So, yep, I'll provide that update for you in a couple of weeks. And our next big event really to keep an eye on is that jobs report, which is due out next Friday, the non-farm payroll. But let's take a look at the chart and have a look at some key levels. Okay, so as you can see on the silver chart right now, really, I've marked this before, but I'm going to mark it again for you. We are just trading in this massive range that we have here. And what I find quite significant at the moment is how we're trading really at the bottom of the range. Anyone who enjoys range trading and thinks that silver could rally from the bottom here, then I guess we are at a discount level. I'll be careful of some market manipulation, purely because if you are someone who has bought silver and you are in a buy, then I think there's going to be a lot of stop losses that are sitting below this level. So really this little dollar sign is a show of liquidity taken below there. So if the market does want to go higher, then what I'd expect to see is a fall to take liquidity to the downside, and then an impulse up. But what's important to note is we have this inefficient pricing that's all the way down here. So all these stop loss levels and all this inefficient pricing sitting below these lows, I think the market is going to go down and take some of it. I'll just mark that as our FVG, which is essentially a fair value gap. So in order for the market to balance, it does need to fall into something like this. And this is really longer term stuff. This is all the way back from... Hi guys, thank you for listening to this video. Just really quickly wanted to touch on a really exciting offer we have on the website. It's a limited time offer, and if you head over to zenfinex.co.uk, you will see the offer in front of you straight away. And this is that you can trade Forex on a standard account with raw spread plus zero commission. And now Zenfinex is also an FCA and no dealing desk execution broker. If you are interested in this offer, you can get in touch with the team by clicking learn more, or you can simply go to open an account where you can start the application process. July last year, so over a year ago, we've had this massive impulse, and we're just kind of correcting as we go, really. So this potentially is an order block level you could buy from. If we get a full filling of the inefficiency gap all the way down, then we can look to aim for something like the 50-day moving average as a potential take profit level. Of course, that level is quite far away, and people will probably say, well, I can't see it reaching 20, but of course, if the fundamentals keep stacking up against commodities and precious metals at the moment, then I do see a fall into this blue area you see here as a minimum. Of course, what could happen on the flip side is we do have anyone who's likes trading support and resistance levels. We have 1, 2, 3, and we have multiple wicks really here. So is this a sign that the market is going to rebound? We've seen it before, and when really the take profit levels that we'd have for, let's move this up a bit, for the rest of October, if silver was to take a bullish swing, then we can really aim for something like near the top of the range, or a premium in the range at around 28.7. Alternatively, if we want to look at the moving averages at the moment, you can see that the moving averages have started to tick to the downside. I've mentioned this before when it happened, so anyone who got in on the trade, well done. We had this moving average where you had this 50-day moving average crossing over and below the 100 and the 200-day moving average, which was a bearish sign, and it was confirmed by the fact that we went up and tested it, and you can see this rejection that we had. So, well, could we get a situation where we go up and test this 50-day moving average at around 23.5, fill in some of this inefficient pricing in here, and then move down and take the liquidity down at around, let's say, 21. So I think you have to be careful jumping into selling these markets at the moment that are long-term bullish, but I do think there's some more pain to come for silver for the rest of this month. As I've said, I think anyone who's selling, I think that I'd have my take profits situated just below the swing lows that we have here, and just somewhere in the middle of that inefficient pricing. You could even use the 50% level if you wish, somewhere there. I'd have it around 21 for selling take profit, and then what I'll do is wait for the structure to form. So I'll make an update on this video in the next couple of weeks to see where we are. Because I think there's going to be some market manipulation around these lows, so I'm just wary to jump in a trade straight away, especially because look, over the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 last week, 7, 8 trading days, we've barely moved, but at the same time we've barely recovered. So that's it really for silver today. As I said, I'll provide that update to you in a couple of weeks. Hope this has given you a nice balanced overview of what I think is going to happen from a fundamental side and the technical side. The fundamentals looking like sells, the technicals aren't looking great, but let's wait and see. Let's not jump in too quickly. Let's have a look what happens around those lows, and we'll get a clearer confirmation of what's going to happen. If you have enjoyed this video, make sure as always that you've liked and subscribed to the channel, and you've got your notifications turned on. We're pumping out 4 of these videos a day at the moment, and we're also giving out a morning brief. So when you wake up in the morning and you're looking at your trading, you're waiting for your trading day, you can get a notification to your phone, and there'll be a morning brief by me of the summary of the events that's coming up in the day. As always, drop your comments in on the comment section as well. I take over the comments on there, so I'll be replying to any comments that you have. Hopefully constructive is fine, but also your opinion is what matters to me as well. So have a great trading day, everyone. I'll catch you all for the next video, which will be tomorrow.